I would like to give a special nail addict shout out to I Love Nails, April Shorty, Nikki, and Zoe for being the first 4 ladies to comment on my last video. I thank you all oh so very, very much. Welcome back, my beauties, and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So I'm using my Unigella XXL square nail tips again, and the colors for today are this Born Pretty Milky Jelly in the shade 5. I'm also going to be using this Madam Glam shade Midnight Kiss. And with Madam Glam, if I don't link it down below, that means it's not available anymore. But I am also using Bold White. Tinsel is a really pretty glitter gel I'm going to use today as well. So we're going to jump right in. And also, I'm showing this glitter from a cart, Moonbeam, which I'm not sure if they sell this either. But if I can find it, I'll link it. And I'm going to be encapsulating some of these snowflakes on my Gel X nails. So this is pretty much a tutorial to show you how to encapsulate on Gel X. Well, how I encapsulate a few ways, but this is one of the ways. So I'm going to go in and start with a base of base coat or something like that, just to stick these glitters into the wet base gel. So I'm going to start with Moonbeam and put some of these glitters to the back of the tip of this nail, and then on top I'll place 2 of the snowflakes and then cure that for 30 seconds, and it's going to keep it in place obviously once it is cured, that wet base gel. But I'm just going to add what I see fit to add onto this nail with my nail art brush or a brush, it doesn't matter what you use. And then again, I'm going to grab 2 of these snowflakes. Now with the snowflakes, I did bend them because when I just placed them on it, it's, the sides are sticking out. So I did bend it just a little so that it just kind of lays right on the nail like it should. And again, just repeat that. So for my index, my pinky, and my thumb, this is the design that I'm going to do. We are on Nailmas day 9, and this design today is a recreation. So I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna pop a picture up now, but I'm pretty sure this was done with acrylic. But I wanted to do it with Gel X, and I think I want to start a series like that, like find nice acrylic nails that you feel can only be done with acrylic, and just recreate it with Gel X, because I know that it's possible to do pretty much any nails that you see created with Gel X. And it still looks very high quality. It still lasts just as long as an acrylic set. I don't know, I just love Gel X. It's so much easier, less mess, and you get the same results. But I did want to recreate this in a Gel X method, and I think I did pretty darn good. You shall see at the end, or if you were looking at the thumbnail, it looks pretty close. I loved recreating this particular set. So to encapsulate, I'm going to use this 3-in-1 glue gel from a cart. And you can use this, but I typically would like to use like a builder gel, or whatever it is, it needs to be thick in consistency in order to encapsulate on a Gel X. Now you want to make sure the gel is able to glide over all of the glitters and just kind of just cover everything very, very nicely. But I feel like builder gel is the best for encapsulation with Gel X, and I have some. I was just lazy, didn't feel like getting up to get none, so I'm sure I'll be doing another video like this, and I'll use builder gel so that it comes out a little better. This was okay, but builder gel definitely is the way to go when encapsulating on Gel X. So I clean the sides, and then I kind of flip my finger over so that the gel levitates. This isn't builder gel, so it really didn't do exactly what a builder gel would do. But it did, like I said, it did the trick for the video. But I highly, highly recommend a builder gel or another gel of very thick consistency to encapsulate when doing the Gel-X method. So once all the nails are cured for 30 seconds, I did wipe it off with a lint-free alcohol wipe. And I'm going to go in and now just kind of file the sides, because sometimes with the different gels, it can misshape the nail. So you do want to go in and kind of file and straighten everything out. And then typically after that, I take, because I try to make sure whatever I'm encapsulating with, that it does go smooth, there's no lumps or bumps. And then I can just and then I can just take a buffer and just buff out any little lumps or bumps that may be there. And it always works out absolutely perfect for me. So it's minimal work, minimum filing when you encapsulate on a Gel-X nail if you're doing it correctly. So as you see, I keep filling it just to make sure I don't feel any of the glitters or anything, because that is uncomfortable when you have a nail, you know, that's a little bumpy and lumpy. That can be very uncomfortable to deal with. So as I'm buffing out, I'm just filling it. And for these, they needed a little bit more work, only because, again, I did not use a builder gel. The gel I used was thick, but not as thick of a consistency that I would usually use in this case. So I kind of went over with a hand file to see. Hand file was a bit rough because it did take some of my glitter off on the index, but it still worked out perfect and everything still came out nice and smooth to my liking for the set. So now I'm going in with Midnight Kiss, and I'm making the triangle that was on the actual nail set that I'm replicating. I decided to start with this color first just to get everything kind of mapped out, and I'm going to create like a triangle, a half triangle, with the top portion of a triangle on my index, pinky, and thumb. And then I'm going to take that Born Pretty gel, which is going to be like my nail bed. And it's a really nice nude base. And I'm just filling in the bottom portion of this nail. I love this shade. So I have two of these milky jellies that I love to use as like a nude base. It's number 5 and number 4. I can't even say which one I like more because they both just really replicate a nail bed so well. As you can see with me just putting it onto my actual nail bed, it does look very close. Very close to my natural nail bed. So again, a very, very, very nice shade. And I feel like it would be fitting for all skin types. It's a really nice nude based gel. So once I got all three done, I did cure for 30 seconds. And now on my middle finger, I'm going to do a full nail of the milky jelly. And this, of course, will play as a nude base for the nail. The only thing about the milky jelly is it is a jelly. So you would have to, add a few coats to build up the opacity of it to make it more opaque. So that's one coat, and then I cure, and then off camera I did do a second coat and cure as well. For my ring finger, I'm going in with Tinsel, and this will be a full nail of Tinsel. Again, to replicate that picture, I think I did pretty darn good. Now, this gel is really pretty, and the camera does it no justice because you do not see the holographic glitters in it, but it's a really, really pretty shade. So I do one coat on camera, cure for 30 seconds. And then off camera, I do a second coat and cure that for 30 seconds as well. Now, I am not a square girl. You see how nicely shaped the nails look right now? But it's as if when I added the second coat on that ring finger, it got so bulky, and you'll see at the end I don't like square nails. They're not for me, but I do like to play with them in videos because everybody likes a good square. But me personally, I wouldn't wear a square, but they're not totally horrible. So now I'm going in and I'm going to top coat over the nails, and the reason being is because I'm going to do an embossed design on a few of the nails. So of course, you always, when you're doing any type of a embossed design, you want to make sure you remember to top coat your base, whatever you want it. So if you want it matte, you want to make sure you're doing that before starting the design, or glossy. Otherwise, it's pretty much impossible to top coat around an embossed set. It's not impossible, but it's really hard, and it just doesn't even make sense. So always make sure to apply your top coat that you want first. So I'm going to top coat my nails, and then I'm going to give it a 30-second cure in my lamp. And then I'm going to go in with bold white, and I'm going to outline the triangles on my index, pinky, and thumb. And I'm going to leave them wet, and I am going to pour over my favorite glitter and then give that a 30-second cure. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. And if you've been subscribed, new or old, I love you so much. And I am just extremely grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. For my middle finger, I'm going to go in and create the two snowflakes using the dot method, and pour over that same glitter, and then cure for 30 seconds in the lamp. And the ring finger was really easy. It was just 2 like swirl lines with Bold White and Midnight Kiss on this particular nail, and then I will cure that for 30 seconds in between each color. So of course I'm going to do the white first, cure for 30 seconds, and then come back and kind of do like a shadowy outline with the Midnight Kiss, and then cure that for 30 seconds as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and top coat over my ring finger, and that pretty much completes the set. Off camera, I do apply some cuticle oil, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here's the finished set. Super cute, very pretty. I really loved how this looked with everything completed. But comment down below and let me know what you think of the set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I definitely would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next one. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to all.